Let's do this together, okay? Good. Today our topic is data collection and representation. Data collection and representation. So by the time we are through, you know how to collect your data and then how to represent it well, okay? How to collect data and how to represent data well, okay? Good. So proceed. So we start with collection of data. In statistics, data collection is a process of gathering information. Data is simply information, okay? So data collection is a process of gathering information from all the relevant sources to find a solution to the research problem, okay? To a particular research problem you're working on. So before you start collecting your data, there must be something you're working on. You don't just go out and start asking questions, gathering information. No. Okay? So in data collection, there should be a problem you intend solving. Okay? So when you go out, you now ask questions from your respondents. You will now get answers based on what you want to work on. Okay, so data collection is a process of gathering information from all the relevant sources to find a solution to a research problem. Okay, so the essence of collecting data or gathering information should be to solve a problem. All right. So we have types of data. One is known as primary data, the one you are the one collecting it for the first time. Okay, when you are the one collecting the information for the first time, nobody else has collected it or written anything with regards to that information. It is referred to as primary data. Okay, when you are the first person collecting the information and working on it. So that data is referred to as what? Primary data. Then we have secondary data. When you are working with information that somebody else collected and have used it, maybe you went to internet and then copied it, or journals or articles. It's not wrong to use somebody else's data, but you are not the first-hand owner of such information. So such information is referred to as what? Secondary data, when someone else has collected it and used it and then you're copying from it. Okay, so that is referred to as secondary data. You're not forbidden to use it, but you are not the original person that has collected the data. So whenever you're working on already made information, already collected data, it is referred to as secondary data. Okay? So we have methods of data collection. One is by observation. Okay? By observation. You are out there in the field, or you have someone there for you observing what is happening and recording it. Okay, so you can have somebody or you yourself there and you're recording what you need for that particular research problem. It is called observation. Okay, the next is interview. This involves oral verbal communication, whereby you'll be asking questions related to what you're working on, and then your respondents will be answering it, and then you are taking notes of that. Okay, so we call that interview. Okay, method. So next we have is a questionnaire. This is the popular one. Okay, whereby you have your questions listed out. Okay, printed out, and then you have to send it out, and then your respondents are now answering the questions, and when they are done, they will return the questionnaires to you with the answers. Okay, so that is the method we refer to as questionnaire. So next we have the schedule. This is also like the questionnaire, but the difference is that you have one person filling the form. Okay, the person will explain the aims and objectives to whoever that is responding to the question, but the respondent is not the one filling the form. Okay, in such it is referred to as what? Schedule. Okay, all right. Now we go into representation of data. When you must have collected your data, it is scattered. You can't just use it like that. You need to present it, organize it. Maybe you went different places, maybe you're working on a national issue and you have to visit states. When you are done, you need to break it down, organize it, maybe per state and all that. So you need to present it well. Presentation matters. Okay, so in that presentation, it is a method used to organize. Like I said before, you organize what you have collected, your information, organize it, summarize it. Okay, summarize it in a way that you can communicate the information to a layman, to that person that is not there with you, that has not been on the field with you, and the person will understand it. And this you do using our statistical tools. Okay, the graphs, the diagrams, to make it beautiful. Okay, well presented. And these are the tools we have in mathematics. Okay, we have the tabular tool, and then we have the visual tool. Okay, so you can represent your data using the tabular representation method or visual representation method. Okay, in visual representation method, you can have it in graphical way or in the diagrammatical way. Okay, these are two ways you can use visual. Okay, so let's proceed. So I start with the table, the tabular representation. Okay, this is a systematic and logical arrangement of classified data in rows and columns. So you have it in rows and columns. Okay, your table in rows and columns. Okay, well arranged, well stated. You tell us what each row represents, what each column represents. You don't mix up things. No, the representations should be clear in rows and columns. Okay, in rows and columns. And this we refer to as what? Frequency table. We refer to it as frequency table. That is your tabular representation is also known as what? Frequency table. So when we say you should represent your data using frequency table, it is simply saying you should use your table. Okay, you can use your table in rows and columns. Okay, so that's what frequency table is all about. And what is frequency? Frequency means the number of times something occurred or appeared in a particular distribution. Okay, so that is what frequency is. And when we say frequency table, is a table that lists items and shows the number of times the item occur. Okay, so you have it, you have your items and then the frequency. That should be frequency. That's what makes this frequency table. So you have your column. Usually the first column should be for the item. Okay, first column must be for the item. Then the second column can be for your tally or your frequency. Okay, but your first column must represent the item you are about to present. Okay, your first column must represent the item you are about to present. So here is an instance now. Okay, this is a frequency table, and this is my frequency table. You can see the first column I have drink, meaning that I'm about to tell you something about drinks. Okay, maybe in my coffee shop or in my supermarket or in my office. Okay, so I'm about to tell you what my drinks, how many they are in my supermarket. Okay, so here we have frequency table with tally. So here are the tallies. Okay, so for tea I have them 10 in number. For coffee I have them 13 in number. For soup I have 14 in number. For chocolate I have, for soup I have 4, not 14. For soup I have 4 in number. For chocolate I have 8 in number. For others I have 3. Okay, so like I have here, the first column is for the item that must be your first you're about to present. So my item is drink. Okay, I have tea, I have coffee, I have soup, I have chocolate, I have others. Okay, so here we have the tally for each of them. So this is how you represent using tally. Okay, you put your first stroke. If you have the fifth, will cross the 4 strokes. Okay, so for 10 I have 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth one will just cross these 4. Okay, then I have 6, 7, 8, 9. The fifth one will also, so I have 10 of them. You can't have more than 10. Okay, here is 13 already. These are 10, so I'll have the 1, 2, 3 to complete it. For soup I have 4, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. You cross only when you have 5 and above. Okay, so this is 8, so I have the fifth cross. Then I have 6, 7, 8, and then others we have 3. Okay, so this is an instance on how you can use frequency table with tally. Next is without tally. So I have just my drink and frequency. They are the basic. So drink, the first column. Okay, so that you don't start with frequency, you start with the item. Get that? You don't start with the frequency, you don't start with tally, but start with your item. Okay, that's what you're presenting. That should be the first thing on your table. Then you can have your frequency. Okay, this is the second part. All right, so another way you can represent your data is pictogram. Okay, pictogram is a chart that uses picture to represent data. Uses picture. You draw the picture of the item. You can tell us that one item represents this and all that. You can even decide not to, just put them the number of times, okay, they appeared. Okay, but when there are too many, we encourage, maybe you can say one item represents 5, represents 10s and all that. So, but here is my instance now. So you can see my first column represents the item. Always, please note that. So I have fruits, and then the number of children who choose it. That is each of the fruits. Okay, so my first fruit is pear. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 pears. Okay, then the second is watermelon. Here 1, orange 1, apple 1, banana 1. So this is using a pictogram. You may not necessarily put it in table, you can just have it outside the table, but let it be well represented that one is not in another space. Okay, so that's why I have it in table, so that they will be well represented. Okay, so I have, for the number of children in the pear, we have 7 of them. We have 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 children choose pear. Okay, for watermelon 1 child, for orange 1 child, for apple 1 child, for banana, 1 child. Is that clear? So this is pictogram, using pictures to represent your data. Okay, so we'll proceed. Bar chart. Bar chart is also known as bar graph. Okay, it's a chart that we use to represent data with rectangular bars. And the bars are not just anyhow drawn, it is with the height or length proportional to the value they represent. Okay, the length of the bars should be proportional to the value they represent. Okay, so you ask yourself, this bar, how many numbers? Okay, you now put it. Okay, so the bars can be vertical, they can be horizontal, but in this class I'll be focusing on the vertical bar chart, also known as column chart or column graph. So I'll be focusing on the vertical bar chart, also known as column chart or column graph. So here is an instance. So you can see I have my vertical line representing the speakers, okay, and then I have the horizontal representing languages. And here you can see each bar tells us the number of speakers of each of these languages, the number of speakers of each language. Okay, so it's not just anyhow. Each bar should tell the number of speakers of the language which is under it. So the items should be under the bars. Okay, the items: Spanish, Chinese, Hindi, French, English. Okay, so each item should be under the bar, and you can see this is vertical bar chart, standing upright. Okay, so for the horizontal, you see it on the horizon. So, but like I said before, we are going to focus on the vertical bar chart. So if you trace now, you can tell the number of people speaking Spanish. I think it should be 4 to 5. Yeah, if you trace it, and so on. Okay, so next we have is pie chart. Pie chart. Pie chart. So also it's known as circle chart. Circle chart. Okay, is also known as circle chart. Is a circular statistical graphic which is divided into slides to illustrate numerical proportion of items. So here is an instance. You can see the circle, okay, then divided into sectors. Okay, let me use that, or slides. Okay, so for storybooks, you can see the portion. That means it has the highest portion here. Okay, so meaning that we have more of storybooks in this distribution. Okay, we have more of storybooks collected in the data. Okay, meaning that whoever collected this data collected more of story books, followed by comic books, followed by comic books, and then next is puzzle, then the last is a poem. Okay, so you can see the portion each represents tells you whether it has the more number or less number. Okay, so the storybook has the highest portion. So we collected, the researcher collected more of the story books. Okay, so that is the pie chart for you. Is a circle. Okay, and then you have the portion for each of your items. You can see the items written in their spaces. Okay, you can cross over to the other side to write another item. So each portion is for a particular item, and don't exceed it. Okay, if you don't have space, just put an arrow and then write it outside. Don't enter into another man's portion. Okay, if you don't have enough space for your item, you put an arrow and then represent it outside the circle. Is that clear? All right, so here I have my sample questions. Okay, so let's start with sample question 1. The following is a rank order list of an exam result. Rank order means that these results, these values are already arranged in ascending or descending. Let's check, is in descending order. Okay, it's already in descending order. That's rank order. Okay, so let's look at what we have. They say, what is the highest mark of this result given to us? So the highest should be the first, since it's in descending order, and that is 87. Okay, 87. Okay, next question, how many students got more than 45? So let's check it out. Oh, we have only one less than 45, meaning that others are more than 45. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yes, 14 students. Good. Next, how many students took the exam? Since we have only one that is less than 45, the easiest way to go is to just add that one here, and we have 15. Okay, so 15 students took the exam. Next is, what is the mark of the student who came sixth? So let's go. This is the first position, second position, third position, fourth position, fifth position, sixth is 70. Is 70. So that's how to answer question with this collected information data. Okay, good. So your collected data, like we said before, is for you to solve problem. So here we have used this to solve these 4 problems, knowing the highest mark, the number of students that scored more than 45, the total number of students that participated in the exam, and then the person that came sixth, what the mark of such of that student was. Okay, so we have answered these. Let's go to the next. So we have sample question 2. Let's see what the question is all about. So we are told we have a table, and that table is it shows the tally of types of vehicles, okay, that were damaged in serious accidents. Oh, maybe this is from the road safety. Okay, during a month of busy road. Let's see what happened. Wow. So we have the vehicle, we have the frequency. The frequency there is the number of accidents. Okay. All right. So let's see what the questions are. We are asked to find how many vehicles were damaged altogether in this month referred to. So what we need to, because we don't have numbers, we have them in tally, we need to count the number of tallies we have here. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. Do it carefully. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 vehicles altogether. So we have 12 vehicles altogether. All right, we proceed. Which type of vehicle had the biggest number of serious accidents? So we check out which one has the highest number of strokes of tallies. Okay, is the car. The car. So the car had the biggest number of serious accidents in the month. God will help us. All right. So move forward. Question 3. A farmer has 215 cattle, 53 sheep, and 92 goats. So these are the collected data from a given farm. Okay, so let's see what the question demands. Okay, one says we should find how many animals the farmer has. Okay, all together. So let's see. What we are going to do is add 215 plus 53 plus 92, and that will give us the total number of animals in the farm, and that gives us 360. So the farmer has 360 animals. That's a good one. Okay, so we are asked to draw a pie chart showing the animals he has. So let's see how this will be on a pie chart. Nice one. So animals in the farm, that's the title of this pie chart. Okay, and then you can see this portion, this blue portion, is for the cattle, and because he has more of cattle, that's why we are having the highest portion for the cattle. Okay, followed by the goats. Remember, the cattle we have 215, so this is quite a number. Then the goats we have 92, so you can see. Then the least we have is the sheep, which is 53. So you can see the portion isn't that much. So that's what pie chart is all about. It's a circular chart, also known as circle chart. Okay, good. So I have an exercise for you. Can you try this? Okay, so a die is tossed 25 times. 25 times. You keep tossing for 25 times, and the following numbers are obtained: 4, 6, 4, 3, 2, 5, 5, 5, 1, 3, 3, 4, 3. 5, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 2, 4, 3, 5. So these are the numbers obtained. Hope they are 25. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Good. So let's see. The question says represent the information in a frequency table. Okay, draw a frequency table to represent the information. And remember, I said your first column should be the item you're working on. Okay, the item you're working on. Good. Then when you're done, which numbers occur most often? Which numbers or a number occurs most often? So draw your own and see what you will get. I did it, and this is my result. So here is my table. So my first column is the numbers obtained. So we have 6 numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the numbers obtained. And here is the frequency, telling me the number of times each number appeared. Okay, so for 1 I have 2, for 2 I have 3, for 3 I have 7, for 4 I have 5, for 5 I have 7, For C's, I have 1. Okay, so this is my own frequency table. Prepare your own and see. It should be the same anyway, except you include your tally. Okay, all right. So the next question says we should find which number or numbers occurred most often. Okay, I think I have 2 numbers that are of the same frequency and they are the